segment.
Brand new, spanking new.
Cinematorium. Am I saying it right?
You said it right. We're keeping it simple.
With the Newlydeads.
And
Shaggy.
Shaggy decided to join us on the couch, which probably won't last long because he usually gets overheated quickly and then he runs away. But as you can see, he's a large dog. For us anyway, he's large. He's not doesn't weigh any more than our Basset Hound, but he's twice her size.
Yes.
It's weird.
So, explain what Cinematorium is.
We've had a number of people approach us in real life and online asking us to review, say, we'd like to hear your thoughts on this movie, or we'd like to hear your thoughts on that movie. And we're like, well, we already have a thing that we do that called Dollar Store Driving and Dining. But
it's a little different, though.
Those are movies that started with ones Laura bought me at the dollar store. And now we've bought 10 more at the dollar store. And so they're typically not, the newest releases. They're not stuff that people necessarily want to hear. I mean, they're fun to talk about because they're usually kind of C, D, Z grade. But there are the things that people want to hear us talk about and without all the filler. So this is our opportunity to discuss new movies or ones that you specifically said, talk about this. So if you have a suggestion for something you'd like to hear us discuss after we've watched it, I'm not going to kick it out, be careful. Then shoot us a Facebook message, drop us an email at contact@thenewlydeads.com. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube,
the Facebook.
Or in real life, if you see us, say...
Or you can text me if you have our phone number.
If you have our phone number, yes, you can text us. Or you can, somehow communicate with one of our dogs and they'll let us know. But
yeah.
So for the first edition of this, we are not doing a movie that's been requested.
No, but it's a movie both of us have been dying to see because ever since I saw the previews, I was like, OMG.
And getting to the theaters is tricky, but it was written by
Joe Hill.
A current author that is making big news in terms of the horror world as far as getting... All of a sudden, it's every other project is either his or his dad's.
Yeah, and if you don't know who Joe Hill is, he is Stephen King's son.
Correct.
So, yeah.
And Ethan Hawke's one of...
Yeah, Ethan Hawke is starring in it. So, if you know anything about the movie we're talking about, it is The Black Phone. So.
Or if you read the title of the episode.
Oh, you're going to put that in there.
I usually put it there because then people are like, oh, I'm going to see what people have to say about Black Phone. And then they're like, oh, who are these guys?
Smart.
And then...
You're a smart man.
It's all Shaggy. It was Shaggy's idea.
Yeah. So, we were going to talk about a couple of things. So, first of all, who wrote it? Who directed it?
Scott Dickinson.
And what are the other movies?
Sorry, I'm backing up just to make sure I got his first name right, because I just realized I should have been... I was prepared, but then we got on the sidetrack, so we were talking about Halloween.
And Halloween decor.
Went to the Grandin Road, which incidentally, Grandin Road is very expensive. Yes. Anyway, yes, it is Scott Dickinson. You would know him. I'm not looking at my phone here to prove that I do have some intelligence. Probably most of you would know his work with Sinister, the first Doctor Strange film. He did Hellraiser Inferno, which was with Craig Schiffer and was not great, but he also did The Exorcism of Emily Rose and one other movie that I'm drawing a blank on all of a sudden that also had to deal with exorcism. The thing with Scott Dickinson is visually, he's got a very distinct style that works. If in Sinister, I did not care for that film. Mr. Boogedy is that's not his fault. That's the writer's fault. I don't remember who wrote it, but sorry if I'm pissing on somebody's parade. But the snuff film parts of it, very effective. And Ethan Hawke, chef's kiss. I've read his books. I've got him downstairs. I listen to his music. I've been a fan for a long time. Anyway, yes. So Scott Dickinson has a pretty good pedigree, and he seems to be somebody that's getting places.
Yeah.
But it's based on a short story by Joe Hill, also called The Black Phone.
Yep.
And then co-written for the screenplay, there were some other names that I don't remember off the top of my head, but ones that I know. and I should really be. We're gonna get better at this because this is the first time we've done, obviously.
And it's like
midnight,
12:15, 12:20.
But we wanted to talk about it fresh instead of waiting. C. Robert Cargill and Scott Dickinson did the screenplay together.
And yep. And this is a spoiler-free review, so we're not gonna give away any major stuff.
We will do our absolute best to refrain, keep each other in check. So, I've been talking. What do you want to give them the basic plot without? I mean, if you go to IMDb and you read the plot summary, it's,
yeah.
So.
And if you watch the preview, so I highly recommend at least watching the preview if you haven't seen it. Yes, not preview, but trailer.
Someday we'll figure out how to put the trailer in the video, but right now we're still kind of lo-fi.
Ethan Hawke, you can clearly see like he's wearing a mask and put someone in a basement, and then a phone starts ringing and the kid answers it, and it seems like it could be supernatural kind of stuff. So that's it. That's pretty much what the summary says too when you look it up on IMDb and when you watch the commercial or not commercial trailer.
I mean, there used to be commercials
the
when we were kids.
For it. I saw it on a commercial.
I remember seeing Nightmare on Elm Street commercial when I was a kid, and it scared the crap out of me. I couldn't sleep for a long time.
I saw that on a commercial.
What?
This trailer on a commercial. Like, it was on, like...
Oh, well, yeah, like, if you have... Because it's a Peacock exclusive, so, like...
Yeah, you can watch it on Peacock, so if you've got Peacock, I highly recommend just...
So when we were watching something on one of our streaming services, probably Peacock, it was like, hey, guess what? We're getting this.
Yeah. And I would see the trailer. The trailer.
But yeah, ever since we saw the trailer, we both were like, I hope that doesn't suck. And then the reviews started coming out. And currently on IMDb, it's sitting at 7 out of 10, which is pretty good.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of stuff I watch is like 3s and 4s.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to say if you're looking for like a scary film, it's not scary. It's like thrillery instead. So if you're like not a fan of like horror, gory horror kind of stuff, I don't feel like it was that.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a little bit of gore, but not like a ton. And
it's minimal.
Again, like I feel like it's more like a thriller more than.
Think Seven versus.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of it. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Yeah, I almost think more like. I feel like the story and like the direction and stuff is like a little like better or whatever, but like now I can't think of the freaking movie. It's got Kevin Bacon in it.
Stir of Echoes.
Yes, it's like that kind of.
You can't see my
level.
phone.
Why are you doing that?
Because I was trying to show them on Rotten Tomatoes that it is 88% for audience, 82% for critics.
Like they don't believe you.
No, I'm just saying that I
was
going to show them while you were talking.
It's good, yeah, but it's Stir of Echoes-ish kind of level of
where there's
scary
supernatural elements with
like a
stabby elements.
Yeah, with someone like trying to solve a case kind of thing. So, yeah.
I think again the visuals. I don't know whoever he's working because he and Cargo work together on all their other movies. Whoever it is that's coming up with the visual aspects is on point. Like it felt
grimy,
70s.
gritty 70s. Yeah, really I totally did not feel like that movie took place anytime in this century.
And
know,
it's weird because I'm pretty sure they were intercutting, at least in the opening credits, some original footage from the 70s with the actual stuff that they filmed specifically for it, like the newspaper cutout, the shots of the various kids that are involved. But if they did, I'd be hard pressed to say what was that and what wasn't. Yeah. I had a thought and then I forgot it because I went off on a tangent.
No, you were talking about the art direction and whoever was doing set. Yeah.
Spot on.
Yeah, no, it was really good. I felt like it was like definitely like the 1970s because that's when it all takes place. But yeah.
I think the one of the things I had a problem with though was that the characterization, which this is more on Joe Hill than on anybody else, I felt like it wasn't really well defined what the rules were of the grab. Like, you know that he's taking the kids, and you know eventually what happens to the kids. You know that they're never seen again. But between A and B, they give a little bit of like, this happened to this kid and this happened to
I
this
liked
kid.
that better though.
But I didn't get like a clear like.
I think that led more to the tension and led more to the like mystery and made me like want to pay more attention to it rather than them just being like, here's the rules and here's the blah blah blah. Like, I'm glad that like it was told, you know, through like multiple like ways. So
I guess I wanted a little bit more of a backstory because I felt like he didn't have, because you need a motive, you need a reason, you need some sort of, I mean, not necessarily. I mean, nowadays there's movies with killers with no reason, but
there's lots of killers with no reason.
It felt like that there was
the reason
something
that Michael
missing.
Myers kills people? Because he's pure evil. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no reason
The
why.
blackest eyes.
Yes, his sword is, yes, dark. Yes, he has no soul.
Sinister.
Yes.
Might even say sinister.
So, yeah, I don't feel like you need to have all of that necessarily.
Where are you going, Shags?
Shaggy's going to make our camera
Or is he just moving?
shake. No, I think he wants down.
You want down, buddy? You want down?
Or maybe not. He's just going to hang there.
We're still getting to know each other. We've only had him for a couple weeks. So.
Now we're just going to have a chat. This is how I usually sit on the couch.
This is how we do it.
Yep,
Oh,
he's getting down.
there he
Hi,
goes.
puppy. He's so slow when he gets off things. Yeah, so I liked it. I felt like it kept my attention. I didn't fall asleep, which is always a good thing. A lot of times I fall asleep, and honestly, I can fall asleep like watching something that I like want to watch too, just because I'm a sleepy person. So
yeah, once the batteries run out,
yeah, I like there's no like waking my brain up. Yeah, I even tell him, I'm like, I'm fading, like I'm gonna fall asleep.
Tell.
Yeah,
I mean, we've been together 4 years, and I've tried.
But this kept my attention. I didn't, falter. And I didn't, there wasn't once where I was like starting to feel like sleepy. So that's good.
Yeah. Scott Derrickson did a really good job of ratcheting up the tension because, she and I are both seasoned pros when it comes to any of this kind of stuff. And, like the specific scene where he's trying one of his escape attempts, I literally felt like, I was like, okay, my heart's, ratcheted up a little bit.
Yeah.
With what happened, what played out. There was one other thing I took a small issue with, and I don't know how to talk about it without giving anything away, and I don't know that it really...
Then don't.
But there is something that goes on with the phone, and what it has to do with the story, the way that they kind of play out one aspect of that. Every time that I've seen that, and they did it kind of in Sinister 2, not Sinister Part 2, I haven't seen that one, but in Sinister also, they use the same plot device, and I don't care for it. I don't like it in any, not just his movies, any movie. It's never done very well. I think that the Japanese are the ones that have handled it best so far. I don't know why my voice went up, but there you go. Yeah, the Japanese seem to be the only ones that really have nailed it. Everybody else is trying, but they keep just kind of falling short.
If you're interested in talking about that, you can message Joel privately.
If you've seen the movie and you like to chat,
message Joel privately.
Please do. But yes, we, so...
I'm going to say...
Out of 5.
Out of 5 landlines...
we're going old school. All right.
Because it's a black phone.
Because it is the black phone that
it's
is on a landline. Because it's 1978.
Yeah, out of 5 landlines. I'm trying to think. I'd probably give it a 4.
That's where I'm sitting. I feel like
I liked it enough.
Despite the shortcomings, the 2 that I mentioned, those are the only 2 really complaints I have.
Yeah.
And one of them I can forgive, and the other one like maybe, you know, you might be right. That might have been a purposeful
I
thing.
feel like this could, you know, if you wanted to learn more about the story, or like they could potentially make a prequel to this movie. You know what I mean? To like show you the backstory.
I'm trying to think about the story, whether that would be realist. I mean,
I think so.
real.
I think so.
You could also read the original source material.
Yes,
which
and see if there's more backstory to certain things. But I also feel like you don't necessarily need to have a backstory in order to like enjoy the film you're watching if it's well done and like keeps your attention.
Yeah, no,
so,
no, definitely not.
Yeah.
And like I said, we've seen far too many movies where the murders are just like they're just out poking people for no reason. You know, like in a bad porn, it's just like they're just what? Oh, it's late. No, but they, you know, that they don't need a motive.
Newlydeads after dark.
to do that. This is rated PG-13. So, if you would like to hear us do this same thing with a film of your choosing,
and watch me eyeball like Joel, like so he's not like giving away big parts of the movie.
I was good. I did pretty good. You know, I didn't give anything away.
It was kind of close.
I kind of circled around it. I'm like,
I'm just looking at you like this.
I could feel the daggers.
Stop it!
But yes, if there's things you'd like to hear us talk about, whether it's preferably something that is not in the theaters, because we do go to the theaters. We like going to the theaters.
But we also like hanging out at home and
getting to the theater is more difficult than what we did tonight. So if it is something that is on streaming, just hit streaming, something that you have a code for you'd like to give us, you know, that you bought the Blu-ray or the DVD and there's a code and you're like, here, watch this with my free code.
We can even do a watch party.
We could do a watch party, that's true. Or if you have a movie that you have created yourself and you're like,
hey,
I want you guys to talk about my movie, then figure out a way to get it to us, whether it's a hard copy or a digital copy, or you draw it out in panels. And
act it in front of us.
Mm-hmm, we will be happy to talk about it. Because we have other things already in the hopper that we want to talk about.
Yeah.
But this is more because we've been requested to talk about specific films. So we'd like to hear from you, because then that gives us a reason to watch things that we may or may not
And we like
have.
interacting with you.
And each other.
And each other.
Because we do this anyway.
Yeah.
But now you can watch us do it. And, I mean, it's probably a little bit more entertaining.
Watch me yawn.
Again, it's 12:30. We're getting up tomorrow early.
I yawn all day. I'm always tired.
We're headed to our friends at Wolf Hollow and at Gold Rose Tattoo.
For a flash tattoo event tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be flashing everybody. All my tattoos. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
We said the same thing.
It's not
We do that a lot. We're muy simpatico. But yes, we're going to be at Wolf Hollow. So you won't see this video before that happens. So sorry you missed us. But if we see you there, we see you there. Mm-hmm. But if not, you should go to Wolf Hollow. And Gold Rose Tattoo.
Yes, and tell Liz and Randy we said hi.
And tell Josh that we said hello.
And Leslie
as well.
is going to be doing our tattoo in September. So you can
My
tell
birthday.
her we said hi.
Yeah, Leslie and Josh at Gold Rose, or Joe, he's the other owner.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've rambled on.
Way too long.
4 out of 5 landlines for The Black Phone.
Do recommend to see it.
For this episode of Cinematorium, I'm Joel.
And I'm Laura.
We're the Newlydeads.
Bye.
See you later.